Welcome to Organic as Fuck Talk. I'm Pretty B.
I'm the love bug. Welcome.
We're going to jump into the vibe of the day.
Vibe of the day.
So my vibe of the day is my wearable.
Yeah.
It has quinoa, red bell pepper, arugula, and spiced chickpeas, some pickled red onions, and some turmeric. And then I got, y'all know I keep my drinks with BK. I got my alkaline water, and I got some pure pineapple and ginger juice. You know, in my shirt.
That's my baby father, yeah.
Since I'm repping Pac today, y'all. Since I'm repping Pac, I feel like me and you is two of America's most wanted.
Oh shit. You done fucked up, man. You done put two of America's most wanted in this.
Yeah, it's a gangster party when we link up. It's always a gangster party.
Yes.
That was the move. That was the move for this.
That's a hell of a vibe. Like, that's a West Coast classic. And, you know, like I said, that's my baby father's son with my Uncle Snoop.
Uncle Snoop in the building. Y'all know I love me some Snoop. Y'all know I'm 420 queen. I love me some Snoop.
My vibe of the day today is in a Cayenne bowl.
I remember I used to be saying it wrong, so I don't say it right either.
Acai. That's it, right?
I think that is it.
Acai. Listen, it's this thing, the ACAI, right? Bowl. And it's got some hemp seeds, bananas, some green apple. Y'all know that's my fave. And just some good shit up in here. It's about to be good. It's gonna go down. I'm going to enjoy it.
Yes, yes.
And my second vibe, I'm about to shake this up right now, is my amino acids. I got some amino acid powder right here. This is one that's supposed to be particularly good for your brain and muscles as usual, right? And it's not made out of hairs or anything like that. So I got an organic amino acid. This is probably like my fourth day trying this brand, and my body's agreeing with it. I think amino acids are great, period.
So we doing it's called a Mukbang.
Mukbang. That name is hella funny. That name is really hella funny, because if you really don't know what it is, you be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
did not say that?
Me fucked up. It sounds like it could be foul.
You guys, when Love Bug told me, let's do a mukbang, I said exactly what she just said. What the fuck is that?
So, you got your bowl going over there?
Yeah, I just sent a little prayer over my food. Gotta show that gratitude.
Yes, yes. I'm very grateful.
Yeah.
Lots of gratitude.
And you know, I mix all my stuff together. I'm a sauce girl. I love sauce. And I have this on here. We're keeping it healthy, y'all. We're keeping it healthy. Yeah, I love this place. It's small. It's not far from my house. It's called Cafe Express. Oh, shake it up then. Shake it up.
So you got it from, what's the place called?
It's called Cafe Express.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
I went to Nectar. I be calling it Naked sometimes. I don't know why, but I went to Nectar Juice Bar.
Uh-huh.
And I like them. I had a ginger shot while I was waiting. It was everything. Nice. Yes, it was everything. It kept the vibe going. I'm feeling it. You know?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So we cannot really get into it without saying, you know, I don't know. I don't really say rest in peace anymore. And then this is like, without saying, sending our blessings and well wishes to Paul Mooney as he transcends into the next dimension. He was a hell of a comedian, and he has a whole lot of groundwork. I started watching Paul Mooney like in my 20s or so. And of course we know like comedians always tell the truth, but still know how to make you laugh about some serious stuff. But I enjoy Paul.
Seriously. They give you everything. They really tell you they're a lot of them are ahead of their time.
He's a legend in the game. Paul Mooney is a legend in the game. You know, it's so much stuff that I could say about him, but I know I'll definitely take some time later to watch one of his I would say stand up, but you know, Paul Mooney one of them sit down comedy specials, and just enjoy it. You know, he had a long life. I heard Lunel say that he kind of went and dealt with a little bit of Alzheimer's, like in the last part of, you know, dealing with his health situation.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I think of course, we all want to live long. How many was, what, 70 something? I think he had a really good life.
He had to be like,
gave a lot of himself, especially to the culture. He had a lot to do with Sanford and Son too, and I still watch that. So yeah. Happy transition.
Happy transition, and thank you for what you gave us here. Them laughs.
So you know, one of the things that I was thinking about.
What?
Is a lot of people like to talk about narcissists right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Narcissists and their behavior and everything, and it's a term that I've had become a little bit more familiar with, because of course, like, it got real trendy, and everybody was it's just like left and right people were getting called narcissists. Mm-hmm. Right? But it's like, when I looked into it, what I decided to do was identify my narcissist traits, right? And then another good therapeutic method that I think is, like, some of us have narcissistic parents, and so just identifying that. But I feel like a lot of people can have slight narcissist behavior and different things like that. So, like, I really wanted to just kind of self-observe some of my own behaviors and call out the narcissist within myself, right? I don't think I'm not an extreme narcissist or anything like that, but I just always like to have self-observation and reflection, like when I'm going through understanding something, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I think everybody got a little touch. In some way, you know?
I think we all got a little touch of the trait. And then I think there's people that are straight out narcissists, looking to harm in extreme and bother people life.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. You know, I don't know. I found that very interesting. Like, if I was to pull up something here, I just found it very interesting. Like, the behaviors that they associated with narcissism.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. That's my baby harassing me. She like, where's my Akaye bow?
So you better make you better make a round before you go home and go pick her.
Look at me. Some powder in the cabinet and some fruit in the refrigerator. I'm not right. I'm just playing. But it is.
It's like them. She gonna be doing like them, you know, the memes that came out during Mother's Day. Wouldn't it be like the mama asks, "Well, where you taking me out to dinner? Remember it's food at home? Remember it's something in the refrigerator?"
Right.
I was cracking up when I seen that.
You know what's my favorite meme about the mom? When they got Spider-Man laying on his side like that, asking for the remote control, and it's like right there in front. That is like my favorite. That is my favorite, because I found myself laying in that position. It was like, this that position. Yeah.
Yeah, narcissists. Yeah, I think a lot of people do have traits. They aren't able to see them and reflect and grow. And then I think there's some people that just live in it.
Right.
Because when you're that far gone, you don't even consider yourself a narcissist. You are not living in a reality.
I think, and then the next thing is, okay, so one of the things that made me really start getting into a talk is like, kind of at the beginning of the pandemic, I was talking to a cousin, and she was talking about this person that she was dating in narcissistic ways. And
Oh,
so
wow.
it just made me start to really think, like, you know, sometimes, I guess if you're not familiar with it, you may not know that you could possibly be dating a narcissist, or you might not really know, like, being able to identify the behavior in them, right? It's a little windy. It feels good though.
I can hear you good though.
So it says a narcissist, right, has an inflated sense of importance, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, a lack of empathy for others, and often having troubled relationship. I think the lack of empathy for others is the part that really stood out to me, right? Because I see that quite a bit. Like, I see that quite a bit. People can be like, you know, they want you to have all the empathy in the world for them and listen to them about whatever it is that they have going on. But let somebody else or something else happen with somebody else, they have like no empathy or whatever. Like, just that's what they get. That's one of the behaviors that I noticed. It just stands out the most to me. Like, if you're trying to identify if someone has like narcissistic behavior or things like that, or even yourself, if you find that you don't have empathy for other people, if you find yourself like, I've seen some people laugh at other people's misfortune, or
and I think that's
things
so
where that's hella wrong,
or
where somebody could have lost their life and different things like that. I've seen shit that just be like, really, like, what's going on? So apparently they have narcissistic personality disorder.
Oh, I think there's quite a few people walking around with that shit now. The disorder.
Yes, this one article right on Healthline says, you know, identifying if you've been dating a narcissist, right? They were charming as fuck at first, right? That's one of the ones. It started as a fairy tale. They was hella charming, and okay, so that was one of the
roll back a memory. I'm like, wait a minute.
I mean, all I'm saying, okay. 2, they hog the conversation talking about how great they are, right? Love to constantly be able to talk about themselves. And things like that. And that's like, I think some people do it occasionally, but you know, I think it can be excessive. And it's like they feed off your compliments, right? Have you ever dealt with somebody who really couldn't hold much of a conversation unless you was like, oh, you know, asking about what the hell they had going on and complimenting them? Yep, I know a narcissist. All right, and then 4, of course, was they lack empathy. We just talked about that.
Yeah.
They don't have any or many long-term friends. Most narcissists won't have any long-term real friends. You know, dig deeper into their connections, and you may notice that they only have casual acquaintances, buddies. They trash talk and nemesis. Like, they trash talk everybody and have nemesis. Like, they're not really able to hold healthy relationships.
Create nemesis that they don't even really have. The nemesis don't even know they damn nemesis. That part. And then
one is they pick on you constantly. That's some shit.
Because they view themselves better than you. And a lot of this is when you know a difference between a narcissist and someone, because a lot of narcissists think they're inspirational, right?
Say it again.
A lot of narcissists think that they're inspirational, motivating. And the difference between somebody
call it. You made me think of the dude, whatever his name is, but go ahead.
A lot of them I noticed make it seem like they got it together, or they may do have it together, but the difference, and I tell a lot of people this because I've experienced this. You know when someone is motivating a narcissist because A person that is motivating you, no matter where you are in your journey, they would never compare themselves to you. They would never compare you to them. Anyone that's using themselves to motivate you or to reprimand you is someone that got narcissistic behavior.
Yeah.
Like, I did this or I did that, and you should be doing.
And you should have never did that. You don't do it that way. Yeah.
That's narcissistic behavior.
Okay. All right. So let's keep moving, right? 7 says they gaslight you. So gaslighting is a form of manipulation and emotional abuse, and it's a hallmark of narcissism. Narcissists may spew blatant lies, falsely accuse others, spin the truth, ultimately distort your reality. Okay? Signs of gaslighting include the following. You no longer feel like the person you used to be. You feel more anxious and less confident than you used to be. You often wonder if you're being too sensitive. You feel like everything you do is wrong. There's another list. There's other shit going on there. But if you in a relationship and you now have this anxiety and sensitive feelings, then we may want to look at how the fuck somebody is talking to you, how someone's dealing with you, like, because that's some shit right there. And I think that narcissists are so smooth with their shit that you could be in a full-on emotional abusive ass relationship and not even know.
Realize it.
Not even know.
And that might be, like you said, some of us have narcissism. Most of us, pretty much all of us, I believe, have some type of narcissistic trait. I've had to look at myself and say, oh, wait a minute, girl. But like you said, it's a difference between somebody that's a true narcissist. So I think also the narcissist and the other person that's dated a full-on narcissist is not living in a reality either. And going like, wait, this not right. They ignoring all red flags. You think it's something that it really ain't, or it's never going to be. I think people don't know how to set a boundary and understand, like, you can't make something be that it's not going to be. And I think that's the narcissistic trait in the person too, that kind of think that something's gonna be that it ain't gonna be. You living in a non, because it's not realistic.
They dance around defining the relationship. That's self-explanatory. And that's some bullshit. If you gotta keep wondering what you are, what are we? What are we doing? Those type of questions? You giving too much. I think that, and I'm gonna say this, being a person that was in a relationship, a person that's a narcissist, I didn't know. It was just a different experience, right? Excuse me. I think that a lot of people tend to get caught up with narcissists when you could possibly be running from one emotional thing, meaning like you could be coming out of another relationship or something. You could be coming from a family that isn't as loving as you need them to be, or whatever the situation is. And you have a drive to really bond with someone, right? When you meet a narcissist, like they said, narcissists are very charming and everything that you need them to be up front, and you can start to plan your life around what you think that you're living in and experiencing. And I think that what was I about to say? I was kind of trying to get into personality types. Like, I think most women, period, because most of us tend to overlook things, and a lot of us tend to look at a person's potential and their heart and who they are, and not so much as to what they're showing you and things like that, and where they are. And we find understanding in a lot of stuff that people do. I know I'm gonna just raise my hand. I'm hella guilty of finding understanding in something that someone does, but just because you understand it does not excuse the behavior. So I think it's real easy to get into relationships like it's just being young, and then it's confusing. It's confusing too, because if you're with somebody who has treated you like a princess, basically the queen, that's basically spoiling you and at your every whim, and then they turn around and something change, that can be very confusing. Because a lot of narcissists are that good, and it's not just a couple of weeks, a couple of months. They can be that good for a couple of years, okay? And then suddenly make a turn, and it's baffling. It's mind baffling to the other person that's in love with this person that's this narcissism, and now like more truth and stuff is starting to come out. It's very baffling. And I think that's what prevents a lot of people from walking away from some narcissists. Maybe not all narcissists deserve to be walked away from. Some people, you can show them their behavior and they can become more aware and start to change, like especially those that may have been raised by narcissists or other reasons as to why they're like that. Like some people, everything is not a walk away situation, right?
Not everything is I walk away in there, but you have to determine that too. Like, is this person willing to change? Or they keep giving you the same cycles? And then also, you in a relationship and you fucking with a narcissist, and he's nice, that person turn around, or she nice, that person turn around and do something different, and you done already had sex, so y'all done exchange energy, and now you got a whole nother emotional tie.
Yes,
you got a whole nother emotional tie. And a lot of people mess up because they still go dibble. And I'm talking about extreme, when you're messing with an extreme narcissist that is not changing and you're kind of giving you the runaround and you're trying to walk away, you have to completely walk away. You can't be dibbling and dabbling, having sex. You have to really set boundaries with narcissists. And sometimes it is definitely a cutoff-like situation.
Well, I think this is the last one, is it? Yeah. And when you show them you're really done, they lash out. If you insist that you're done with the relationship, they'll make it their goal to hurt you for abandoning them. Their ego is so severely bruised that it causes them to feel rage and hatred for anyone who wrongs them, and wronged is in quotation, right? That's because everything is everyone else's fault, including the breakup. Like, that's the quotation under here. It's a little bit more, but if I ain't been through that shit. We live and we learn, right?
We do. We definitely do. I've never dated a full-on narcissist. I have dated someone with narcissistic behaviors.
Uh-oh, I couldn't hear that.
I've never dated a full-on narcissist. I know people that have. I've dealt with full-on narcissists, like in just not in relationship-wise, but I have dated people with narcissistic behaviors.
I'll just pull up something quick. 10 signs of a narcissistic parent.
Mm-hmm.
The part where it says these parents are perfect in person, but in public they are scrutinizing and all of these other things. That part, okay, so I have a friend, we are still friends, grew up with this friend,
Mm-hmm.
and she has a parent that is like this, okay? And it's crazy because, like the article says, like in public, you would think very loving. If you're looking at like the basics of everything, a parent that is caring for you, that is there. But like the mental abuse that she places on my friend is so heavy. And I mean, like this, just think about being in high school and now being as grown as we are now, and she's still doing the same thing. Yeah. And it's caused such a heavy emotional toll on my friend. Like it's crazy. Like, and it's not fair. I don't think that it's fair. And I think narcissistic parents keep their kids trapped too, in particular ways that work for them, so that those kids are always available to them because they need somebody to
need them.
Yes,
somebody to need them.
Yeah.
They have to be in control, and it's all the time. And they need somebody to need them, and it's very sad. I am definitely blessed not to have been raised by narcissistic parents in any way, but it is. I have had friends. I've grown up with friends that has had narcissistic parents, and it has definitely emotional issues and issues with them in their adulthood, which is wrong. You just, you fucking them up mentally, and to go into this world to look for something that they can't even, you're not preparing.
I think it's just the problem. I think off that period point blank, we already know we have like a lot of generational breakage, and we watch our parents grow up and things like that. But off top, it's just unbalanced and unstructured, and it's like we definitely need to take our time more with things, and definitely encourage the youth, the teenagers, the kids to take their time more with things and have self-observation. We talk about that so much because you could be walking into some shit, and I don't mean to even talk about narcissists either, like they're all bad, because the pattern started somewhere. And some people are just existing and living. They have no self-observation, so it's gonna take them a lot longer to get to whatever the root of that was, to start to unpack that, and maybe sometimes your child telling you don't talk to me right, or whatever the fuck else is, might help a little bit, but narcissists need help too.
Definitely agree.
Right.
They need help too. And sometimes what people need to realize in these relationships, sometimes you not the person to be helping, because they gotta want to be helped and be able to look at themselves. And a lot of people will feel like they can fix somebody. You can't fix nobody.
Right.
So some of y'all not strong enough to be fixing nobody, if we're gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be walking around like, oh, I can fix them. I'm the missing link. In the midst of it, you being abused.
So I did have a different vibe for the affirmation for closing the show today.
What do we got? I
actually have a song. Can you believe it? I got a song, Briannah.
You got a song?
I actually have a song.
You got a song today.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Yeah. I am so grateful that money comes to me in increasing quantities on a continuous basis. Byproduct of affirmations help me through the matrix. Meditation with my mind racing, feeling complacent, fear, doubt, and indecision cluttered my vision. Followed my intuition and completed the mission. I am unstoppable. There's opportunity in every obstacle. Anything you need to make it through is inside of you. Paradigm shifting, program my subconscious, teaching the youth group economics, no doubt. I got a master plan to grow my food on my own land and leave it to my seed when he's a grown man. Why y'all niggas still trying to Netflix and chill? I'm reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. She fuck with me cause my skill, not cause how I make her feel. And that's the type of shit that leave your life at a standstill, but let the horns play.